Can Thomas Wilson find his best stuff? Ooh.
Rear sighting off the paddle of Ben Johns. Wilson and Newman will take the opening point.
And I know Thomas Wilson loves his forehand drive. I don't think he's going to get a chance to hit many of them, because they're going to return everything over there to Riley.
And explain why that would be strategy-wise.
Because they don't fear the drive from Riley as much as what Thomas can bring their way.
0-1-1.
12 titles for Ben and Collin this season.
The other thing you get is Riley's unbelievable poacher. You want to keep him off that kitchen line as best you can. And it's the exact strategy they used when they played against Matt Wright before the breakup, before Taylor, pre-Taylor.
Yeah, so for those of you just joining the pickleball world, Riley Newman and Matt Wright, and a dramatic breakup this year. Riley Newman came out on top last night in the semifinal over his former partner. Thomas Wilson finds the opening.
So the big moment there is the fact they didn't like what was happening with unwinding the stack. So Thomas Wilson played the left on that rally, which changes the patterns.
1-2-1.
They're going back to Riley on the left, but something to keep an eye on. They didn't do that at all yesterday.
Easy finish for Ben Johns. Perfect amount of pace on that ball.
1-2-2. Side out.
So let's see what they decide to do here with Collin Johns serving. He doesn't go for a big serve, so you have plenty of time to make the switch of
2-1-1.
sides. The question is, do you desire to?
Second serve.
Ben, on the other hand, is going to crack a serve, which may make it difficult for Thomas Wilson to get over, and he will stay.
Watch it. Side out.
So that's what we call a half stack, and it can be based on the
1-2-1.
quality of the serve, the quality of the movement of your partner. Keep an eye on that throughout this match.
Riley Newman speeds it up down the line, gives a little chirp over to Collin Johns.
Yeah, he knows Collin got engaged in the chirping yesterday, and these two have chirped a lot at each other
No
when they
love lost
played
here.
before. None.
Oh, Collin Johns slices it through the middle.
Yeah, he's able to get the ball down from so many different awkward paddle positions by his read of his opponent.
And the backhander, need to seal it off casually from Collin Johns, gets the serve right back.
Riley is staring at that like there's no way his feet were okay there. Maybe the truck can show that to us just to confirm what looked very clean live.
Point.
Yeah, and you'll see Collin. Here's a look at that, Ernie.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Takeoff was just behind. Perfectly executed.
Every dink to the middle for the Johns brothers to set up the opening.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, let's go back to that strategy we had against Matt and Riley. Dust that one off.
Point.
There's a lot of pressure on Thomas Wilson in this match because 3 of these 4 have played a lot on Championship Sunday in men's doubles.
It's a nice roll from Riley Newman. Deceptive. Read by Collin Johns.
5, 2, 2. Point.
Yeah, we can superimpose a triangle on that T right there, and that is going to be the target.
6, 2,
Right
2.
there, just inside of the left foot to the right foot area of Riley Newman. They do not fear anything off the bounce there.
Set up and cleaned up by Ben Johns.
7, 2, 2.
Pulling Newman and Wilson all the way off the kitchen, and a 5-point.
Down to that level and then just executes his part of the team to perfection.
Oh, just back good lead from Ben Johns. I was also told that the black book that Collin Johns has on all the players, the little notes file in his phone, he will only reveal your file when you're retired.
100%. You are not seeing that right now.
Nobody gets access
No.
to the player file.
Just all over it. Great read. Ben saw Thomas go to speed it up, and if you speed it up with a big follow through, guess where your paddle isn't ready? Out in front, and Thomas got tagged.
Wow. Ben Johns takes over. What a good defensive play, though, by Collin on that right side a couple of points ago.
I know there wasn't a rule that it had to go Collin, then Ben, then Collin, then Ben, but that's what happened right there. And look at this, another just wildly awesome performance by the top seed today.
Point game.
Inside out goes Ben Johns right to the body of Riley Newman and takes game 1, 11-2. Men's doubles final, best 3 out of 5 games to 11, win by 2. Newman and Wilson hoping for a better start and finish to game 2 than game 1. What would ultimately be your bullet points of advice for this
just
0-0-1.
play a little more solid at the kitchen. Then Riley Newman's got to get engaged in this. He was chirping for a second earlier, and then that just went away.
Second serve.
And there's no answer for through the middle of the court right now either, which is going to be a problem, because guess what? That little target I talked about earlier is going to be there all match long.
Point.
It's got to be hard for the right side player playing with Riley sometimes to judge which ball in the middle is theirs. Oh, Ben Johns swords it to the sideline, deceives Riley Newman.
Yeah, he jumped to the middle, and then is such a good athlete, was almost able to get back there and get that with the left hand, just too far away.
Then he finds the corner inside out. Ben Johns makes it look effortless.
Yeah, and that cross-court dink from Riley Newman traveled too far. He has to bounce that, or then Thomas Wilson is at Ben Johns' mercy, and he does not want to put him in that position. Here's the third look at this.
Well, Wilson stays on the left, and he works that time.
So when they've been on odd and serving to Thomas, they've kept it there, and you know, so far so good. So we'll see if that ever becomes the full strategy.
Side out.
Riley thought he missed his return. It just barely skipped over the net there, and then had a little conversation about how wide the next shot was.
Riley Newman pulls the trigger straight ahead and takes their first lead of the match.
Yeah, pulled that into the body of Collin, who wasn't able to get that, and that was out of the air, so well done.
Oh, the athleticism of Thomas Wilson on full display. Unfortunate miss there.
Yeah, made a really difficult shot look pretty easy, and then missed the easy one after that. And Thomas just has to fight the urge to try and 65% speed to Ben's backhand. He's got to go there with a mission, or he'll eat it every time.
Second serve.
Is there a scenario for Riley and Thomas where you would switch Wilson to the left and keep him there?
They're 3 for the 3 today.
Why not try it, right?
Yeah, I don't think now, because then you're really saying, hey, we're running out of ideas. But
well, if nothing else, it mixes up what the strategy was for Ben and Collin going into the match.
Yeah, that target in the middle goes away, because then you're feeding Thomas Wilson's forehand if he's on the left side of the court. So that's something we'll definitely keep an eye on.
Oh, missed journey from Ben, and Wilson and Newman will take a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and that's shallow, so you can't take a full swing at that, and it was a little far for Ben.
Point.
Okay. Couple misses from Ben. 3-point lead.
Second serve.
That's a tough ball to redirect, because the spin will push it wide too, coming across court.
Down the line again, works for Riley Newman, and now a 5-1 lead for the 4 seed.
And dinks out to the left give Riley Newman all the trickery, the power, and the precision on the two-handed backhand to attack, and he is lethal with that.
Crowd love. Riley Newman has not won gold since May with Matt Wright in North Carolina.
And he was very clear in the interview last night that they were getting a lot of silvers, a lot of bronzes. He wants to win, and he is looking for the perfect partner to do that. And is Thomas Wilson the answer? Well, in this game, it's been very good.
Point.
Just barely missed it there. Point goes to the Johns brothers.
Yeah, off the tape, because Riley had another one of these speed ups off the bounce, just measured.
2-6-1. Second serve.
Gets one back.
Yeah, man, just
Black court.
sitting there, and a guy that is forehand dominant, so you don't even have the spaz of going from a backhand to a forehand, so that was easy.
Patient point for Wilson and Newman. Rarely do the Johns brothers get out dinked.
And that's huge for that guy right there, because he knows he is going to be the one under pressure on all of those dink rallies, and he was on point there.
33 years old, Thomas Wilson, still works a full-time job outside of pickleball. A miss from Ben. Wilson and Newman climb ahead. Biggest lead of the match, up 5 on the 1 seed.
Second serve.
Nice angle from Ben there. Riley trying to throw it into a safe place, but caught the tape.
Slaps it home down the line, does Ben Johns. Gets the serve back.
Yeah, not easy on that side. Obviously, earlier, if you were watching the women's match, sun right in your eyes, we saw Anna Bright swing and miss on an overhead. So lobbing in that direction is actually a good idea. And that just didn't get wide enough to be able to hook the ATP around the post there. This is what the dreaded HTP looks like. It just says, get that out of here.
2-7-2.
Thomas Wilson gets ahead, and once again on that left side.
4 for 4 over there at least. It's an unofficial count, but you see the target changes. Nothing goes in the middle when he's in the left, and everything is sprayed to the outside. But they've won the 2 long points back to back here.
Collin Johns wasn't going to get burned by that once more.
Hey, my paddle's called Scorpius. Get that out of here.
7-2-2.
And what this has enabled Thomas Wilson to do is to be able to get in a rhythm. He's seen a lot of balls. The forehand is his preferred side, so interesting. And that's the great defense. I mean, this is maybe the best duo for defense that you could put on a court with Thomas and Riley.
Oh, my. Uh-oh. Good night from Ben Johns. Good defense, though, nonetheless, from Wilson and Newman.
Yeah, and Riley's got to remember, you've got a really athletic dude. You don't need to run all the way over there. Thomas is there easily.
I think Newman took ownership over that after the point, saying my bad. And it is deceptive because Thomas Wilson can get to so much. Ooh, and then he can also do that offensively.
Little flick of the forehand, not a lot of pace on it, but right back through the middle.
2-2.
Good look at it. So that time it's a Riley Newman forehand push dink that goes too far, and Collin Johns with the inside out catches Thomas Wilson. So that's the first point they've lost with Thomas on the left. They'll switch out of it here.
And then immediately Ben Johns goes to drive it right through the unwinding of this stack, or on the outside of it rather.
Yep, so Thomas will stay again here. They just don't want any part of this.
Too good from Riley Newman, rolls it down the middle. Once again victorious with Thomas on the left.
Yeah, a little skitter off the tape certainly helped there, but Thomas was up to the task.
9-4-1.
wide, and what a counter from Thomas Wilson, who steps in and gets involved. Game point for the 4 seed.
Yeah, and he's sliding and taking big swings, so it's not counters per se when it's coming right at him, which he's less comfortable with.
10-4-1.
Back for Wilson. Had the opening.
Just not quite enough spin on that one. And against the Johns brothers, you want to get out the door.
Second try to do it here. And they will. 11-4 in game 2.
Pray a little bit like the old sweater you have that you're just getting out in your closets, but they are tied together after a very impressive game number 2 here. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Nice opening play for Thomas Wilson. Threads the needle through the middle.
Yeah, that was fired at him, and the backhand can cover the middle, Michelle, and did it ever right there. Two-hander.
And then he sets up the close for Riley Newman. Wilson going inside out, straight ahead on Ben Johns.
And Wilson cranking the decibel level here. He is yelling out there. This is good news for Riley.
And a big start for Thomas Wilson, and Riley Newman jumping out to a 3-0 lead. And what do we have here?
We have the chest bumping. We have Thomas Wilson yelling, and
Collin John's response. That's the first side out on his side.
Yeah, and the Johns brothers will not get caught up in it. They will not stray from their game plan.
Unless you're Julian Arnold, but that's fine.
And certainly Riley and Collin have chirped at each other quite a few times over the many battles they've had. But this is the big difference here. And I'm sure Thomas was nervous coming out here, as we talked about. Didn't play great in game number 1, but man, is he playing loose and very authoritative.
Wilson right there with the forehand on the left side. What do you think about that take from Riley Newman?
I hate it, because Thomas is going to just obliterate that, and the point's going to be over.
You can't give the Johns brothers an opening. Here they make it a 1-point game early.
And here's that huge serve. We'll see it in the forehand final later today when Ben plays Christian Alshon, but it's a factor. Immediate challenge on that.
Okay.
Don Stanley, our lead referee.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out call. The out call puts us at side out. 3-2-1. We'll now proceed with video review.
That is Don Stanley with the verdict.
Timeout is lost.
Okay.
2 timeouts, 1 timeout. Resume play at side out at 3-2-1.
It was on its way, Dan, but just ran out of real estate there. Ben was pretty sure, but I don't see enough to overturn that there at all.
Live, I thought it might have been in too, but I see a little bit of blue there in that replay.
I saw it,
Once again, Don Stanley, our lead referee. Second referee, Vicky Ryan. And another.
Yeah, the board. I don't know what's going on the other end, but it's gone completely black, as you can see, behind Riley and Thomas. Which in theory should be fine, because that's the best backdrop you could have. Now, if it's constantly trying to show something, then that can affect the visual. But that should be, there we go.
3-2-1.
just back for Wilson, that corner. He's a couple of times been oh so close to the opening.
And that, if I'm Riley, I want him going for that every time, because that's a dink that went way too far from Collin, and you can't let Collin think he's got an extended kitchen there.
Oh my, Ben Johns with the severe angle on the Ernie.
Yeah, and Thomas knows can't put the ball there and paid the price. But this guy just leap over there, and he knows how good the D is on the other side. Found an angle.
Point.
Missed it. Tie game.
And Thomas has been all over that, but that is going to be the variability that the Johns are going to be comfortable with. Jeez.
That's the athleticism of Thomas Wilson.
Is there a trampoline over there on that side of the court? Because that dude got off the ground.
So good. Former Purdue and Texas tennis player. Big-time athlete, Thomas Wilson. Inside out goes Ben Johns right to Riley Newman and steals the 1-point lead.
Yeah, that was off of speed up from Thomas Wilson. So, again, they are not going to panic or change what they do. Couldn't see it.
Point.
That was the most Johns point of all time. In no hurry to get to the kitchen. Ben finally got a ball to bounce, so he got in. And on Collin's way in, Riley tried to catch him and missed it well wide.
Side out.
That was one of those where Ben kept coming over towards Collin's side and then bailed at the last second. No way for Collin to have his feet set.
Second serve.
Tough miss for Thomas Wilson. Second serve goes to Newman.
3-5-2.
And quite a few signals given there.
Point. Four, 5-2. Point.
Wow, back-to-back misses on dinks from the Johns brothers ties us up at 5.
5-5-2.
Did he get it?
He
Finally.
did.
That corner's been calling their name for a while now.
And if you're going to keep dinking in the middle, Riley knows that, so he finally pulls the trigger and
6-5-2.
just enough spin to keep it on the line. What a run here for these two.
Side out.
Heavy put away from Ben Johns. 1-point lead, though, for Wilson and Newman after that sequence.
Yeah, and they got them to miss dinks. It happened in game 2. That was part of the reason they won game number 2.
Right at the feet of Collin Johns goes Riley Newman.
The other good news is they're on even, which means they don't have to unwind the stack, go wildly running over there, play Thomas on the left. They get to keep going with what they like.
Loaded up was Thomas Wilson. Cooks that one line. Gives a point to his wife and baby on the sideline.
And he is starting to have fun out there. I think at first a little nervous. Where do I fit into all this? And now, man, is he playing great.
Heavy arm from Collin Johnson. There's pressure that comes with being Riley Newman's partner
100%.
when he is more than anyone else auditioning people left and right for that position.
And stating very clearly the only successful event is winning a gold medal.
But we always talk about who the right partner for Riley is, but at what point do we also ask, what does Riley need to do to be a good partner for whoever he invites into that spot?
Exactly. You got to have the support and understand what they do well so that you can complement it. Complementary pickleball is what's winning. And you need look no farther than across the net. And right there, as we were discussing that, was the exact problem that can creep in.
6-6-1.
Trust is a very important word in pickleball.
And chemistry, which comes from trust, ultimately.
No. Second serve. Six, 6-2.
Smart location for Thomas Wilson to pull back the low backhand of Ben Johns. Normally all over that shot, but worked that time. Johns all over that counter.
Thomas thought he had it. He thought he had it because he's been setting this shot up. He missed it a couple times, but Ben did not overcommit to the middle of the court. Just wide. So a couple not ideal trigger pulls, and they don't get anything. And this feels like a game Wilson and Newman just have to have.
Yeah.
Second serve.
Again, Thomas Wilson is standing his ground on these dink battles and then pulled the trigger, not in a big swing, but in an angle. And this is something else here. How they want to play with somebody like him and then his talent to go with it.
Down the line goes Collin Johns, jams up Riley, takes a 1-point lead.
Yeah, just to finish the thought with Thomas, I mean, at what point is it just having another job just isn't gonna, you're just not gonna be able to do that. There's a few of them still going, and I'm sure that's a decision he's grappling with. What a dig from Collin Johns right there. That was absolutely insane. Because a lot of the amateur players will dig that up, and guess what? They pop it up, and the next ball's destroyed. That ball was down at the feet of Riley Newman.
What was that from Riley Newman?
Did he get enough of that to get that? Man, that was violent because he had to get to the angle so quick. This is almost like a left-handed forehand. And I don't know if it would have made it, but Collin's paddle was there. So, man.
Unique body positioning.
Yes.
Patient point, Wilson and Newman. It feels like if they don't come out on top in game 3, that this one might be done in 4 in favor of the Johns brothers.
For sure, but they're winning some of these extended battles, and that's humongous for confidence and obviously for the scoreboard. And that's what Thomas has to fight the urge to not pull the trigger in transition. Bad things are going to happen every time.
7-8-2. Point. Two. Set out.
Perfect shot there. Kept Wilson deep within an inch of that baseline. That's what they needed, but tied up at 8 and on an even, so they keep their sides.
Good night from Ben Johns and a 1-point lead, 9-8 late in game 3.
Yeah, nice little flick by Collin Johns to set up his younger brother.
9-8-1. Point.
Game point for the Johns brothers.
And there's the ball through the middle where both paddles went there, and that is not what you want, even though it sounds like you're helping your partner, you're not.
Made up for hitting the out ball there.
They survived these. Somehow there's 17 syllables in OUT there.
Ota.
Ota.
What is that? We got to find out. Trigger pulled by Thomas Wilson in a gutsy play to save another game point.
He's been fantastic in these extended rallies because that's what the Johns brothers want. They want to wait till you make a bad decision or speed something up into their counters.
so close for Thomas Wilson.
And that's tough for the Tierney backhand because he's taking pretty big hacks at those. I mean, look at the difference in swing compared from one side of the court to the other. Again, the willingness to do that and not just be safe is what you have to do to beat the Johns brothers. And Thomas is showing a lot here in this match.
Can they tie it up on 2? They will not. Collin Johns will take back another game point.
It's such a good shot from Ben Johns. Riley's trying to get all the way to the kitchen line and sort of a 60% roll right at his feet. There's nowhere to hit that ball but up. And just one last quick strategy discussion here.
Right.
So let's see if the offensive timeout works.
Go.
Ben Johns will close it on Wilson.
Off the tape, unfortunately, there. And you saw, a lot of people hit there for all the news, live scoring on all these matches. Go there now if you haven't been.
The stats you've been waiting for on the sport, too, finally.
Yeah, get the articles over here on Pickleball Magazine. Lots of stats and articles on pickleball.com, and then watch it all here. It's all coming together.
I know. Collin wanted to pull the trigger.
Collin is shocked that he didn't make that and still talking to himself about it.
0-1-1. Second serve.
Again, the counters from Collin Johns on point there.
Zero, 1-2.
That can't happen, obviously. They have done well in those extended rallies, but if they give the ball back without scoring every time, then it becomes both a mental and physical challenge.
Second serve.
And the one-man soliloquy continues here, performing live at the Greater Broadway Theater here in LA. Just ran into a problem there. When Collin works his way in, he knows if he leaves one bouncing up high, he shouldn't take too much court, and that time he tried to take way too much. Just slid right out of there. First time we've seen him make that move on an inside-out dink from Ben. And he read that before that left Ben John's paddle. That's great, great anticipation from Riley.
Second serve. One, 1-2.
Wow.
Side out.
Ben was in jail and went to community chest and got the get out of jail free card because this dink right there is so shallow he cannot attack it, but the footwork got himself out of there in time.
Point.
Let's see what they do here. They'll keep Thomas on the left. There's no
2-1-1.
signal. Okay, there it is. So Thomas will stay on the left. Look at that.
Defense.
See, and then there's Riley trying to
Point.
Over scramble.
Yeah, he just doesn't need to with Thomas was there, but then Thomas has a distraction in front of him there after a remarkable get
3-1-1.
before that.
Defensive. Collin John's getting that ball
Yes.
back from Riley's Ernie, too.
Second serve.
That ball's going to end up about 6 feet wide, but that's not the purpose of that. It is to tag Collin, and he did that perfectly there.
3-1-2. Side out.
That was interesting because I don't think Collin needs to do that. They liked their advantage of dinking to the outside when
1-3-1.
Thomas is on the left, and that was a really high degree of difficulty ATP try.
Second serve.
A little stagnated here on the Wilson and Newman side.
Yeah.
They need to get something going, just even 1 point.
Body language not so great. Wow, Ben John's explosive with his hands.
And earlier in that rally, Collin Johns hit a two-handed forehand without question. Didn't have time to reload. Boy, that's a rally to watch for a long time there. And then there was a weird look between Thomas and Riley at the end of that. So we'll keep an eye on how that's going. That's a great shot right there. Again, Collin's been caught a couple times just trying to drop a floaty third in there and then diving over to the sideline. Riley has made him pay 3 times there. Really smart from Newman.
1-3-1.
Just couldn't get a ball to bounce there.
1-3-2.
Frustration.
Thomas on the left while they're serving, though, too, here.
Side out.
And that does not go well.
Three, 1-1. Second serve. Three, 1-2. Point.
Yeah, that's that sim. We've seen that all day long. If you try to dink middle, but it's too far, the left side player is going to just come grab that and make that a big problem for your partner. And Riley has really got to fight trying to do too much right now. They're okay, but that scoreboard problem is getting deeper and deeper. Down on a knee.
Oh, Thomas Wilson sneaks the Ernie.
Side out.
Yeah, and if somebody is just always resetting, guess what? Keep going at them. There's no fear there. Don't let them off the hook. Well done by Wilson.
Second serve.
Just a cannon of a swing from Ben Johns.
Yeah, they did give Thomas the rare look at a third there. Let's see if that's short-lived. Yep.
Nice deep return from the Johns brothers, and frustrated body language continues for Riley Newman. That's tough if you're Thomas Wilson right now to try and pull together with your teammate.
Yeah, so here's, we'll see what side they choose. Thomas will probably switch on this one. He does. Ooh, and they got exactly what they wanted, did the Johns. A very short return. Thomas waiting for a signal from Riley. None is forthcoming, so he'll just stay.
Side out.
Couple of misses on the other side, though, so big, big chance here.
1-5-1.
Feet are happy. Good to see that. And after a beautiful reset from Thomas Wilson, just couldn't get the next one on the ground, and they're just not getting in the kitchen.
Take it. Another miss for the Johns brothers.
They were able to grind through it in game two. So if they know there's going to be dinks in the middle all day long, just make yours more than they do. I know that sounds simple, but that's what we're talking about. And get to the line, and that is not happening enough here in game number 4. And to their credit, and why they always win, is they got beat pretty handily in game 2, and they didn't change a thing.
To your point on the simplicity for Ben and Collin, Johns talked to Ben a little bit about that ahead of the match, and journey for them, and we were so thrilled that they had a successful adoption story.
6-2-2.
Thomas Wilson finds some life on his side. Gets loud, and that's the energy they need.
And that's what we saw in game 2. And when he had a dink that sat up a little bit, I mean, his forehand is an absolute weapon, and that's well inside the court. That's a great shot.
Point. Three, 6-1.
Thomas Wilson makes it a 2-point game on a 1.
And he has to be that extra something that can propel them to force a game 5 here, and that forehand is the weapon. Just enough reach from CJ to get to that one.
Four, 6-2.
Ooh. Riley Newman survives the point, extends, and makes it a 1-point game.
And the scoreboard told the story of that. That was sorry, not sorry at its finest, and Collin's hat could be in danger here after a couple of net cords.
Full-on lefty on that play for Riley Newman. And it's wide and tied up at 6 apiece in game 4.
It's a little offense from Thomas Wilson, an unbelievable defense.
6-6-2.
A little kiss off the net that helped them out.
Make it a 1-point lead for Wilson and Newman.
And that ball sitting on the tape a couple of rallies ago has led to 2 more. Will it be 3?
Thomas and Riley Newman make it a 2-point lead. Looking to the crowd for more. Little shove from Thomas over to Riley.
Wow, and a ball skids off the tape after an absolutely absurd get from Riley Newman, because Ben went with the big fake and went with that little inside-out shallow angle that Riley was able to track down. This is getting really good.
Newman buries it.
Second serve.
Holds off one to go.
And the third way too high from CJ there.
6-8-2. Side out.
Riley Newman gets the serve back. Goes to the crowd, gets them on their feet.
8-6-1.
Thomas Wilson, 8-6-1.
Second serve.
Went back to the same place, but the slide from Collin Johns was all over it.
Second serve and a try to widen the gap. Thomas Wilson, another gutsy play through the middle. He gets it.
It was sitting up, and I was wondering what was going to go through his mind, and he chose to go back where it came from, and that paid off.
Thomas Wilson, but wow. What a play. Ben Johns earns the side out. Incredible point.
I mean, this is absolutely electrifying here, and the crowd wants a game 5. Will they be able to deliver it on the Newman and Wilson side? Ooh.
Oh no, gets away with a return that barely makes it over.
And usually you get a miss on that, so Collin was able to barely just slop that thing over himself. Wow, and they are on an odd, so this is where Collin and Ben desperately want to play a lot at the kitchen line right now.
Ben Johns hops the corner, and Thomas Wilson can't believe he put it there.
Yeah, he knows better. He hasn't hit many down the, so certainly not dinks down the line, and this is just read with ease by Ben.
Ben Johns with a heroic play to tie it up at 9.
So that's what he's doing, is parting the seas a little bit, and then when he gets a dink in the middle on his forehand, he drags it all the way across the player in front of him, and then they are in jail. Popped up, and good night.
Riley Newman takes the serve back. They have to close it here.
Same spot has been very effective, so just to the left of Collin Johns has not been worked out because he is fading so much to the backhand.
Down 1.
Wilson goes toe-to-toe with Ben Johns, who answers every single shot.
Just didn't quite tuck in and get on top of that last one there. Oh, he was in good position, was Thomas Wilson.
A 1-point lead on the let cord.
Oh, my.
And a game point.
Keep
Newman
an eye on
Wilson.
CJ.
They could close it out here on a 2. Wilson serve. Oh, Wilson had the game for the taking on his paddle.
And it's his hat that hits the ground. I thought it might be CJ's off that other leg cord, but 2 times when they had the ball there, Thomas earned the right.
So here's where I wanted combination.
Yeah, they're very good.
Recall.
That's Don Stanley.
Just
Alarm clock not
going off, and there's no one near the kitchen, Don.
Thomas Wilson pulled the trigger first. Collin Johns now sulking about the miss.
Yeah, because Collin was up for the first beat up, but eventually goes deep.
Oh, man.
Oh, my.
Unfortunate let cord the other way.
It's going to take more than 11.
All evens out in the end, I suppose, for Collin Johns.
He doesn't agree, but he'll take that one. Oh, and look at Ben Johns just slide along the kitchen line and take that one out of the air.
11-10-2.
Championship point for the Johns brothers. Collin and Ben Johns victorious once again.
Well, guys, a bit of an atypical partnership across the net that turned into a very dangerous combination. What was your strategy against this team?
Yeah, we saw them once in Cincinnati, and that was a tight match. We got out the door in the second game, and then we felt pretty good how we played in that third game. So it was trying to replicate more of that third game, but certainly they're tough, and sometimes with a new partnership like that, it takes you some time to figure it out, but really happy to close out the fourth game.
Well, guys, long year, long 4 days. We're wrapping up 2023. You still have 2 finals left to play here today. How are you prepping your body? I know you've got your trainer on the sidelines. Talk about that.
Yeah, just a little stretching, get some hydration and some food. Buckle down for the last 2 matches, and then you know, take a long nap or just go to bed for a long time.
Well, guys, this wraps up your 13th title together this year, as well as 26 titles overall on the PPA Tour. Is this how you wanted to close the year out?
Oh, absolutely. It couldn't be any better, and yeah, it's been a banner year for us, and this was the perfect way to cap it off.
All right, guys, it's trophy time. I would like to invite the mayor of San Clemente, Chris Duncan, on court to present your coins, as well as representation from CIBC to present the trophy, Daniel Grady. Mayor.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Yeah, Chris Duncan, mayor of San Clemente here. Well, give it up for the Johns brothers for a heck of a match there, right? That last point had us on our toes the whole time. Everybody's holding their breath. Well, I think, Ben, you'll be able to take a nap here, because I think we should rename this place Casa de Johns, right? In honor of San Clemente here, being in a Spanish village by the sea. You can take a nap here anytime, man. So you guys are welcome here. Fantastic final match. I do want to give you the Mayor's Challenge coin from the Mayor of San Clemente and the City of San Clemente on behalf of your incredible championship here for men's doubles. So congrats, guys.
Daniel?
This is a great pleasure for me to award the 2023 Men's Double Tour Final Championship Trophy to Ben and Collin.
Congratulations, guys. Dave?
So, the top seeds win on the women's side. The top seeds win on the men's side, although they had to be at their best because they were pushed from a very good Riley Newman and Thomas Wilson. Kudos to them for